Here we go.
Step up, bring it. Yes, sir. Somebody gon' get their ass kicked. Somebody gon' get their wig split. Somebody gon' get their ass kicked. Somebody gon' get their wig split.
This is Bob the Beast Sapp, and you're listening to Ramsey on Word on the Street. I'm on the street, baby. Word.
Hell yeah. Thanks a lot, Bob Sapp, dude. You better, I hope Bob Sapp is saving his money, because otherwise he is going to be on the street. But we love him. He was a good guest. It was a good time. But we've only had him on the show once. We are going to break the record tonight. Once again, we have special guests lined up on the Word on the Street podcast. He is none other than returning guest, former Ultimate, well, he's still the Ultimate Fighter champion, season 17. He's a Team Sonnen alumnus fighter. He's now, of course, an undefeated UFC fighter in the welterweight division. He's making his 5th appearance on the show. I can't believe it. He is Kelvin Gastelum. Kelvin, what's up?
Yeah.
How you doing, man? Welcome back. You've done it, man.
What's up, fellas? How's everybody doing?
We're good. What about, let's see real quick, also on with us, none other than the living legend himself, Coach Jamie Huey. Coach, how are you, man?
I'm great, man. It was a good week for me, and it just keeps getting better.
Excellent. We also have a producer and co-host, Jake from the MMA podcast. Jake, what's up? What do you hear? What do you say?
If it's 2 in the afternoon and you ain't high, go fuck yourself. Get out of my face. I want you around me like I...
What's going on? Follow us at the MMA Podcast. We do it Wednesday nights. As always, it's an honor being on. Kelvin, it's awesome having you. Coach, as always. Ramsey's Alan. Let's do this thing.
Hell yeah. And Alan, welcome. Feel free to, open mic forum as always here on the show. But we'll get right to it, man. We'll get right to it. Let's catch up with the coach and with Mr. Kelvin Gastelum. Kelvin, you just basically had a giant war, a fight with Rick Story. It was the most nervous I've been in a long time since Saturday, but I'll get into that. That fight, man, it's been a while now. You've had a chance to kind of have you watched the fight?
Oh, multiple times. Multiple times.
What's your how'd you feel about it, man? Like were you like, oh man, I that one almost didn't happen for me, or are you pretty confident coming out of it?
Being right there, right then and there, I didn't really know, but looking at the fight now, it's like I clearly won the fight. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, there wasn't any doubt in my mind. It was impressive, actually, how far along your striking is coming. I'm sure you've heard the actual commentary that went down. That was Rogan and Goldie, man. They were noticing too, man. That's got to feel good.
Yeah. They were giving some props. Felt good.
Yeah. The jab, man. The jab was definitely great. I was like, huh, that must be some Coach Huey influence shit, at least a little bit, right? Coach, man, you saw his fight, I'm assuming. What did you think about KG's?
Well, first I want to give credit. What's that? Be honest, Coach. No, I'll always be honest, champ. You know me. No, I want to give maybe Kelvin an opportunity. I was in Brazil, so I didn't get to work with Kelvin for this fight. We talked a little bit about it prior to when he took it, but his jab, exactly like you said, Rams. His jab was beautiful. He was throwing straight punches. So I don't know, Kelvin, who the boxing guy you were working with, Tony something. What? Maybe you can give us a little background on him.
Tony Cabello.
Okay.
Tony Cabello, yeah, he's one of Johnny's coaches. Worked with him for a little bit while I was up in Dallas training. He's pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yes.
he definitely. Your jab was money, man. That jab was. I was impressed watching it. I mean, I was excited, a little nervous, because I do know Rick's story. Not real personal, but I mean, I've met Rick. He's a local guy from here in the area. He used to train with a guy that I worked with for several fights. And I know Rick is a gamer, man, and I know Kelvin was really stepping up the competition when he decided to take that fight with Rick. But and that was a good Rick story. The only thing with Rick is he gets a little wild, kind of he gets wide on his shots. So that's why those jabs and straight punches, man. If you're driving from point A to point B, the fastest way between direction is a straight line. So Kelvin definitely had a good game plan going into it, man. So congratulations. Rick's story is a tough fight, man, for anybody. So that was definitely a good win, and it's fun to watch Kelvin move up in the rankings after something like that.
I was standing up and shaking, man. I was like, I didn't think that biting your nails was like a real thing. I was doing it, man.
Ramses, try being in the building watching it, and that's even more nerve wracking.
Oh, that's right.
It was like, man, that I can't even describe. Like my heart was about to come out of my chest. So,
Alan, you were there, man. You did pay your money. You sat there live, dude. That was
awesome, guys.
Yeah, I got to, definitely always fun getting to go watch Kelvin fight him, Chael, anybody on the team. So
yeah, that
Thank you guys, man.
Yeah, Kelvin, you all right? Rick's story. Then now that it's over, can you tell us if you asked? Did you? I mean, of course, what I heard was that you asked for that fight. Was that now that it's all over? You can tell us. Was that because you knew you could beat him, or was it like something personal against this guy?
No, nothing personal. It's just I knew. I can see his weaknesses and stuff, and I just kind of knew I could beat him.
Yeah.
But nothing personal. Actually, he's actually a really cool guy. I just knew that I could beat him. He's a good name, and I got exactly what I wanted out of this fight, which was move up in the rankings and get a good win, and put me on the map. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, man, you're closing it now. What I think you're ranked officially 13 or 14, 13 probably is what I remember.
13 is what I was told. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
That's awesome, man. It's really short time to actually be. I mean, you're gonna hit the top 10 in your next fight, I'm guessing, dude. But Jake actually had a question relating to that, I believe. Jake, you're on with Kelvin Gastelum, undefeated UFC fighter.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna ask. Once again, Kelvin, thanks for coming on. Obviously, currently, the welterweight division is pretty clogged up. You have Woodley who wants a shot. He might fight Rory soon. Lawler versus Ellenberger is gonna go down soon. We don't know when Condit's coming back. Lombard, we don't know who he's getting soon. So it's probably safe to say the next few months, you aren't gonna get offered a title shot. But I really think you'll probably get a ranked guy next, and you might be as little as 2 or 3 fights away. Say you were theoretically offered a title shot today, would you be ready for it, or do you sort of want to get a few fights under your belt before you go up on that huge stage?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. Coach Jamie Huey told me actually that was told to him by our great leader, Chael Sonnen. You don't go when you're ready. You go when it's. What was it? You don't go when you're ready. You go when it's your turn.
Absolutely.
I like that.
Something like that, Coach.
That's exactly it. Yep.
No, awesome.
Yeah, and sort of. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna follow up. You have Mike Pyle, Jake Shields, Dong Young Kim, Tarek Safadine, who just pulled out of his fight with Jake Ellenberger, ranked in front of you. Do any of those names stand out? Is there anyone you want next at welterweight?
Just to answer your last question, I would take it. I would take it just because it's just it could be a once in a lifetime opportunity. But anyways, any one of those guys, they're just one's just as tough as the other. It doesn't really make a difference to me. They're all tough. They're all going to be tough from here on out. Not that they weren't before, but just like, I'm ranked 13, and man, nobody's going to be an easy fight from now on. So I just got to be ready for whoever.
True. And final question before I throw it back over to Ramses. I keep on hearing your name mentioned in the same sentence as these up and coming welterweights, Gunnar Nelson and Brandon Thatch. What do you think about their games if you've seen their fights, and would a match against either one of those guys interest you?
Gunnar Nelson and who?
And Brandon Thatch.
Right. Man, both guys are tough. They're both up and comers, like you said. Same answer. I'd be ready for whoever, man. I mean.
Yeah, I love that attitude.
Man, I hate to give you that answer. I just don't know. It just, yeah. I'll fight whoever. I don't have anybody in mind right now. Everybody to me right now is just as tough as the other guy. So I'll be ready to take on anybody.
Hell yeah.
No, awesome, man. Just for the audience here, where you and Coach Kelvin and Coach Jamie Huey, where are you guys right now? Like, what are you guys up to right now? Are you guys in the hometowns? What's going on here?
Well, you go ahead. I'll go. Yeah, okay. I'm currently up here in Portland, Oregon. Leaving for Las Vegas Thursday. Be down in Las Vegas for a month or two. So anybody that is down in the Las Vegas area that wants to get a hold of me, I'm on Twitter, obviously available for privates or whatnot. So that currently in Oregon, where it's raining and cold, but headed to sunny Las Vegas. So I'm excited about that.
Nice. Kelvin, where are you at right now, man? What's going on? They have you traveling like nonstop, it seems.
Yeah, I just got back from Guadalajara, Mexico.
Hell yeah.
They have me. Hello?
Yep.
Oh.
Still on.
Yeah, they had me promoting the UFC Network channel down in Mexico.
Yeah, how is that? They launched. Man? You're like the chosen one for Mexico.
What's that?
You're like the chosen one for Mexican for the promotion in Mexico. How is that going?
No, yeah, they just launched this new UFC Network channel, and it's a 24/7 UFC channel, and we don't have it in the U.S. or anywhere else in the world. Nobody has it except Latin America. All of Latin America has it, and it's a 24/7 UFC channel. They get the pay-per-views for free, and all the Ultimate Fighter fights, and all the Ultimate Fighter episodes, and just all the fights, and for free.
Oh, I gotta move now, man. It's over.
Yeah, I know. And that's in all of Latin America. So they had me down. They've taken me down to Mexico City, and now Guadalajara. They're just hitting that Mexican market pretty hard,
Yep.
And yeah, I just got back. I'm actually in Salt Lake with my manager, and just doing some reassessing, doing some game planning for the future, and just trying to see what the next step is for myself.
Yeah. Did they Well, first I gotta ask, man. You were in Guadalajara. I was trying to push you, trying to get you to try the shrimp cocktail because for some reason the shrimp tastes better in Mexico.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to actually enjoy some?
I didn't get, man. I didn't get a chance to try out a shrimp cocktail, but I did have some tacos, which were pretty damn good.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that brings me, I'm reminded a little bit, of course, I got to bring it up, you know, what happened with the, since we're on the topic of food, the weigh-ins, man, you scared us all to
Right.
death there. You almost missed it, I'm guessing, or maybe it was a mistake like Johnny Hendricks claimed where the scale was off or something. Can you clarify a
Right.
little bit about what went down, if you could, and how much misery were you in, dude?
Man, I was pretty bad, man. That was I don't ever want to go through that again. It was pretty bad. You know, I was doing all the right things. I was eating right, and about two weeks out from the fight, I just kind of hit a wall. My body just hit a wall. My weight wouldn't go down. You know, I tried everything. I tried lowering my calories even more, and just kind of, you know, I was eating good, but my body just kind of hit a wall. And then,
You think it's
and
like,
then, what's that?
do you think it's because, like, now that you're training pretty much full time, you think you're just building a lot of mass up, or like muscle mass, or
No,
was it
no,
like,
no.
did you
Well,
need the Dolce, like?
no. I think I just had less time of preparation for this fight, and because I had gone to Mexico City and then came back, and that kind of and I was there for a whole week, so I really had like a, man, I don't know, like 5.5 weeks of training.
Yeah.
And which is not a lot of time of preparation for a fight. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not putting any excuses. My body just hit a wall, and my weight wouldn't go down for some reason. So
Yeah, no, that's
I mean, you know, my body just got stuck at one weight, and I tried everything, and then I water loaded a week out, just like I do, and just like I do every fight. You know, I drink 2 to 3 gallons a day of water, and cut it out on Thursday, and you know, dehydrate the rest of the weight. And usually it's about 15, 16, 17 pounds of water weight. But this time I was about 25 pounds out on fight week, so it was not good.
Damn, man. I think Alan was gonna say something.
Yeah, just maybe probably a lot of the traveling and like the irregularities in like your schedule, and it being like a short time probably, you know, attribute to some of that. Especially like your body, like if you go through changes or anything like that and you get stressed out, like
Right.
it does make it harder overall to start cutting weight and everything. So definitely, you know, we understand that.
Well, you did make it though.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not putting any excuses. You know, I mean, it's totally up on me. And shoot, I promise you guys, it'll never happen again. I don't ever want to go through that again.
Yeah.
That was painful. Really, extremely painful.
Yeah, like when you say it's painful, like, is it like you're just like dizzy and like delusional or nauseous, or is it like you can actually feel your insides cramping up? Like just dried out organs, like, is it that?
Yeah, pretty much. You know, I mean, I was just dried, and my organs were, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
swelling.
not something I want to. It's not something I want to remember. But yeah, it was crazy. I actually made weight by taking a poo.
the oldest trick in the book.
Hey,
I'm not even lying.
that works.
Yeah.
I lost a pound whenever I went to New York for doing that.
Just letting it go.
There you go.
Yeah, I got stuck on a plane during a weight cut, and it got stuck at an airport because my plane got diverted. So I had to go like an extra 12 hours without being able to complete like the water load. So I definitely
man.
feel your pain.
No, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
man. And then, yeah, man. I mean, Johnny Hendricks made the weight for the second time he tried. He made weight, and there was like 3 minutes left until the time was up, and I was in the bathroom taking a crap.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, he was running his ass off on the treadmill, man. He should have been in the stall next to you, man.
Yeah, right. And once I got done doing the business in the toilet, I knew it in my heart right away.
You knew you made the
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That's what happened.
I know Johnny left the arena in the 2 hours he had. Did you leave the arena or stay there?
No, we left the arena, and I got in the car, and they turned on the heater, and we were just driving around for like 20 or 30 minutes, and I was just being miserable. And I had a good little sweat going too, so that helped for sure. And we got back. I was in the car with the other guy, the Brazilian guy. What was his name? The other one that didn't make weight.
Oh,
Oh
damn it.
man, Renee Forch.
Right. Renee Forte or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he was in the car with me. Like, he wasn't sweating anything. I felt bad for him.
Oh,
He was
man.
just as miserable as I was, but he wasn't. He was just as miserable as I was, but he wasn't sweating at all. And I had a nice little sweat going on in my face. And we're both in the car just being miserable.
Ugh.
And then
Oh man.
and then we got back. Yeah. And then we got back, and I tried to weigh in, and supposedly I just lost like a quarter of a pound, which was impossible. I think the guy read it wrong.
I think he did too, man.
And then so I went to the back, and man, all Mersh, Joe Silva, Dana White, Sean Shelby, they all, came up to me. I don't know if you guys saw that picture when all of them around me.
Yeah.
I was just on the floor, like being miserable,
God.
and Dana was like, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah," but I was not.
Why? Yep.
Man.
Oh my.
And I just thought to myself, I can't see them. I can't let them see me quit right here, right now. So I gotta get up, get back in the car, and wait it out for 15 minutes, because that's all that was left of the time that they gave us. And yeah, there was about 3 minutes left, and man, it's crazy. I thought I was gonna let some gas go, but then I felt a little nudge, and
Oh, thank the Lord.
and right away I knew it was the miracle poo, is what we called it.
That's the classic way to do it, man. I can't believe. Oh wow. So who?
And so I man, they were carrying me around that whole day, and and once I felt that I freaking ran out the car. Nobody into the toilet.
Oh, that's.
And once I got out the toilet, I knew right away.
I've never been more happy hearing about someone's shit story than I am now, man.
The miracle nug.
Yep.
The miracle poo.
Visit from Mr. Hankey.
Yep.
Right.
Go for it, Jake.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask really quick. Are you planning on bringing Mike Dolce back into your camp next time around?
Yeah, absolutely. I plan on it. We've been talking. We've been communicating. So I plan on it for sure.
Not a bad call at all, man.
He's a nice guy.
Yep.
I can't say enough good things about Mike. He's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully it'll be less painful for you, man. But holy shit, I'm glad you made weight. Glad you, turned it up on fight night. I was gonna ask, man. Obviously, from what I can tell on Twitter and whatnot, you're pretty close with your family. I know your mom and your sister. Well, I don't know them, but I mean, I know that they're close with you. Seeing what I see, dude, do they watch your fights there in person? And if so, how do they handle that, man? Because there was that moment where we're like, oh man, he's hurt.
Right. No, my mom didn't go to this fight, or did my sister. They all kind of just my whole family in Yuma. They kind of just get together at this pub down in Yuma, and they all get together, and they just a bunch of people come and they come and watch with them as well, and it's kind of cool. They all get together and watch it.
Are they a mess though, or are they just like, oh yeah, he's getting punched, whatever, this is great?
Nah, everybody's like crazy. Like the stories that they've told me, like my aunts are all with their freaking rosaries, like praying while the fight's going on, and like.
Oh yep. That's how my mom would be, man. My parents, dude, both of them, they were just freaking out, having little panic attacks.
At a bar.
Yeah.
They're at a bar with the rosary. That's good.
Yeah, with the rosary in the bar. That's badass.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the good Lord made the beer too, right?
Absolutely.
So, all right, a horrible weight cut but good fight goes down. Since after that misery, like, what did you eat? Like, what do you eat for victory meals, man? Like after the weight's done and the fight's over with, man, what are you eating, man? I know Chael always gets the lobster. What's your deal? You're just going straight up chicken nuggets and double quarter pounders. What's happening?
No way. I gotta be smart about what I put back in my body.
Even right after the fight, you don't have a little something like a reward or something, like a big ass steak or.
Right. What did I have?
No,
my thing is like sweets. I had what did I have that night? I had like a cinnamon roll and a Reese's cup.
Oh, man.
But that was late at night. I had already eaten what I was supposed to eat and ate well and hydrated back and all that stuff.
Damn.
Was this at Denny's?
What's that?
Kel, was that at Denny's?
What's that?
He's asking if it was at Denny's.
Was it at Denny's?
Oh, you know it. The next morning I was at Denny's across the street.
Yeah, that was at walking distance.
Yeah, there was one right across the street from the hotel we stayed at.
Hey man.
Yeah, that's my morning. Yeah, every morning of every fight, that's my ritual. Even before I got in the UFC, is I go to Denny's and I have a big breakfast.
Oh hell yeah!
With some chocolate milk.
That's what I'm talking about. See, the Denny's. I haven't been there in a while, but I actually did like their damn wings, man. I think they got the wing sauce down. At least the ones that I used to live by.
Really?
And of course,
I'm a wing guy too, so I'm gonna have to check that out.
It's not as bad as you like. It's not bad at all. It's delicious, but you wouldn't figure that Denny's had badass wing sauce, but they do, man. That's crazy. And I'm sorry for torturing you, Kelvin. I guess you're keeping the diet going just all full time now. That's crazy discipline, dude. We might have lost him there. Kelvin, you still there? It's breaking up a little bit. Coach, how about you?
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Oh, yep. Oh,
I'm
cool.
here.
Yeah, we got you back. Man. Yeah, sorry about that.
My cheek pressed the mute button. I didn't know it. Whatever.
Oh, what the heck? All right, man, you got to move to Metro.
Yeah.
Do you what I was saying? What's going on about the Denny's wings? I was just torching you. But yeah, you're maintaining the diet pretty much 24/7 now. But I also read on the internet, of course, that between fights you're walking around about 200 pounds. Or is that about right, or was I just hearing some bull?
No, that's about right. Shoot, I was 200 pounds that night of the wins.
Damn. Just later on that night. Damn. That's
Yeah.
crazy, man. That's crazy, dude. Dropping that much weight. Okay, so you got the win. Of course, you are, excuse me, like I said, an undefeated UFC fighter. I think your record is 8-0, professional mixed martial arts record, 8-0. But of course, if you count the fights on the Ultimate Fighter, you're actually 12-0. Like realistically, you are. You beat 12 guys in combat. How important? Like now, like you're basically you're headed towards like to where you have so many an undefeated streak. You're gonna become the Undertaker basically. Is that important?
Yeah.
Do you think about that a lot, or does a part of you like think, oh man, even John Jones had a loss? Like, are you just not prepared to ever lose? Like, is your goal to remain undefeated, or is that just kind of a side thing? You just want to have a great career. Hopefully that question makes sense. How important is being undefeated to you?
Man, that's a good question because I don't know. I don't want to lose at all, but losses happen, and I don't ever like to think about losing.
Yeah, I mean, it went to a decision with Rick Story, but you were certain that you'd beat him. But I mean, like, you ever think, oh damn, what if there'd been some just crooked ass judging, like there sometimes is, just a mistake, just somebody not knowing what they're doing, and it had been
Right.
it had been a loss. Would that have actually? Do you think that would? You think that would destroy you mentally, or would you just be like, it was bullshit decision at least? Are you prepared to deal with it and keep moving forward? I mean, God forbid you do lose. I mean, damn, we'd all lose. I bet on you every time, just to tell you the truth, man. I made some money.
Thanks, man. Man, I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose, but it happens. I'm hoping I never lose, but I know that I will be prepared if it ever happens.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just I don't want to.
I don't think it's gonna happen, man. I don't think the KG is gonna lose anytime soon. That's for damn sure, man.
Yeah, the only
I think the
yeah, the only
I
hope
say
would be like a
the
bad
psychology.
decision.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Coach. Sorry.
Yeah. The psychology of that, and Chael uses this all the time, is really you go out there and you focus on the performance, not on the outcome.
Right.
Focus on going out there and performing, not on I gotta win. So there is sometimes more pressure on an undefeated fighter to go out there and keep that momentum, but at the same time, you definitely you go out there, you fight your best, and the cards are going to fall where they're at. So I think that definitely Kelvin's looking at it from the right context.
Hell yeah,
Right.
man.
Yeah.
Kelvin, man, I just have a couple ridiculous questions for both you and the coach before we let you go, Kelvin. And hopefully the coach will stick around to tell us a little bit about TUF Brazil, the new episode that went down. But first, Kelvin, just bear with me. I got to know, speaking of, winning and losing, but there's also, there's the occasional draw. And I was just going to ask both of you if you guys saw the draw that went down this weekend. I know you've actually trained and taken a couple. You're familiar with the 10th Planet system, Kelvin. I believe you're even belted under it in a roundabout way. Maybe you could clear that up.
Yeah.
But Eddie Bravo fought Royler Gracie in a jiu-jitsu match. Did you, Kelvin? Did you get a chance to see that fight? Well, the match.
Yeah.
What'd you think,
Yeah.
man?
Man, I think Eddie did more of what he does best. Kind of just implemented more of what he does and more than Horler did.
Yeah. Did you Is jujitsu a part of your? Would you consider that a part of your arsenal? I mean, like in the story fight, it looks like you guys kept it standing.
Right.
Is that like? I mean, if I were to like, if you were to roll with somebody and I was like, dude, get him in the electric chair, get him in the vaporizer, get him in the twister, would you have any idea what the hell we're talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I am belted under Eddie. Eddie gave me my purple belt.
Oh yeah.
So
So you know
and
some
my
of it.
school, my jiu-jitsu school in Yuma is a 10th Planet school. So we're all about it over there.
Awesome. Is it safe to say that you were on Eddie's side for this one, or are you just too big of a Gracie fan? I don't even know how big into jujitsu
No.
you are.
To be honest, I'm not much into jiu-jitsu, but I'm under Eddie, and that's who I'm gonna stick with.
Oh yeah, man. Coach Jamie, you were both you and Kelvin were both on Eddie Bravo's podcast a couple months back. Did you get a chance to see the match yet, Coach?
You know, I saw a bunch of clips. I didn't watch it in its entirety, but I definitely watched a lot of clips, and it was interesting. You know, from a boxing guy to really kind of, you know, I mean, there's so much going on down there. It's so technical. It's really, you know, it's like boxing on the ground, more or less. It's very high level boxing is very technical. It's very there's patterns
Right.
and setups, and so I just got to watch the highlights. You know, maybe 5-10 minutes of it, but I was definitely I was intrigued watching it.
Awesome. Did
And also, you know, shout out to Vinny. Vinny had to pull out, and man, I talked to him. I talked to him either today or yesterday. I can't remember, but he's still recovering, man. He was in bad shape. His whole underneath his arm is all swollen and nasty. And shout out to Kevin Casey for stepping up. You know, taking Vinny's place. Like, I don't know how much notice he had. I don't think it was
30
very much.
minutes.
Yep.
30
Yeah,
minutes.
so
what a boss.
right on for Kevin Casey, man. Good for him. And obviously, we're all hoping that Vinny gets healthy here quick.
Yeah, Vinny was growing a quado out of his damn arm, man.
Yeah, that was nasty.
It sucks. I hear that's a real painful one, Staff, or possibly MRSA, man. That is not something that you want to have happen to you.
After he did that, I immediately went and got all of my gear and went and sanitized
Cleaned it,
for a third time.
Oh God! But it was cool seeing Team Sonnen member King Kevin Casey stepping in. He basically did a run-in on this whole thing and just substituted the last possible second. He appeared in a puff of smoke wearing all his gear. I was like, what is he, just driving around with all his gear on? Like, all right.
Like a jiu-jitsu samurai warrior.
Yep. But
that's what he is, man. He's awesome.
yeah, he was pretty cool. But it was damn hot in there, and of course he wasn't warmed up. He didn't get a chance to really like even stretch. But he still gave it a good one, man. It was badass. But speaking of running,
you don't go when you're ready. You go when it's your turn.
Exactly.
You had the opportunity. He took it.
Yeah, and they'll probably put him on for another one too. That's the cool thing. You know, they'll do him a solid since, you know, he stepped up.
Yeah, that was a huge favor, man. And of course, best wishes to Vinny, man. But one of the last questions I was gonna ask. Speaking of run-ins, I gotta know, Kelvin. So the jiu-jitsu isn't too big of a, you know, it's not high in your list of you know, obsessed fighting techniques. But I remember your bases, of course. You started off as a wrestler. I looked at your. It's got to be weird having your own Wikipedia article, but I looked it up, and it's you know, your base is listed as wrestling. Kelvin, I might have. I'm not sure if you've been asked this before but are you a professional wrestling fan? Like, are you gonna be watching WrestleMania this Sunday, or are you not a fan at all of the pro wrestling WWE?
No, not really.
Oh, really? I thought all wrestlers watch that crap.
No.
Damn.
That's a bunch of crap, just like you said.
Hey,
For me, anyway.
hey,
It is a bunch of works, I gotta say.
Well, to me, it is. You know, I'm not into it.
Yeah, I just watch for. I think everybody watches. Well, some people watch for like real techniques or something, but I watch for the ridiculousness of it, man.
It's a
Yeah,
soap
sometimes
opera
I
for
tune in for
guys.
that too.
Yep. All right, so Kelvin won't be watching the WrestleMania this weekend. Not bad. Alan's actually gonna be there for some damn reason. What is it at the
Hey,
Superdome or something?
don't hate on it. It's a 30-minute drive for me. When you're raised on something, you always fall back on what you're raised on.
I hear you, man.
I like to be diverse.
Yep. Well, damn, Kelvin, we've kept you on long enough. I apologize. It was supposed to be a shorter interview, but what? Actually, let me give it around the horn just in case someone has anything else they want to ask you. I know the time is precious. You did beat the streak. You are the fighter with the most appearances on the Word on the Street podcast.
Sweet.
I congratulate you and I thank you, and I hope it's a regular thing, man. But you're damn busy all the time, dude. The last question I was gonna ask. So now that your life's, I'm guessing, changed since the Ultimate Fighter, since being in the UFC with all these wins and stuff. Like, I'm sure the money ain't nothing to complain about. I'm sure it just keeps getting better and better. I just wanted to ask, are you the type of person that saves up? Are you smart about your money, or are you gonna buy some like airplanes like Koscheck eventually, man?
Donald
Like,
Cerrone style.
yeah, man.
No,
Yeah, man. How's it going with that? Are you going crazy with purchases and stuff? Are you buying ridiculous shit?
no, not at all. No, but man, it's
Nothing to
man. I
complain
wish I could
about.
get paid more.
It beats the bail
Nah,
bondsman
man.
job, right?
It definitely does. No, nah, man. I'm not a crazy spender or anything like that.
Yeah, well, some days you got to do it. I'm guess.
Oh, I mean, I am. I mean, I'm gonna take a little trip to Cancun, Mexico, maybe.
Yeah, I was also gonna ask both of you, Coach Jamie and Kelvin. But Kelvin, before we let you go, yeah, have you had a vacation since the Ultimate Fighter? Is this the first time that you're actually gonna take a break and treat yourself? Like,
I mean, I've taken a break. I've taken little breaks. I mean, it's just a couple of days.
so Cancun, man.
What's that?
So you're gonna check out probably Cancun then.
Yeah,
You-
Cancun.
You gotta have the shrimp cocktail in Cancun. At least do me that
No,
one.
I will.
You gotta eat one just
I
for
will
me.
have a little
man.
bit of everything.
Hell yeah.
I will have a little bit. Well, I'm gonna tweet it out and I'm gonna tag you in it then.
Hell yeah, man. The seafood, the shrimp. Definitely make it happen, dude. Just for me. Even if you order it and then don't even eat it and just throw it away. Just make me believe, man.
Yeah.
Cause I can't be there.
No, I mean this will
wish.
be the first time I do something like this in a while. This will be the first time ever going to Cancun and taking a trip like this. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy myself, spoil myself.
You're officially a self-made man, dude. I congratulate
Yeah.
you, man. And a young
Thank you very
age
much,
too.
man.
That's nuts, man. Damn. We are proud of you, dude, as always. And I can't
Thank you,
thank
man.
you enough
Thank
for
you.
coming on. Real quick, to anybody, before we let them go, to anybody have any last burning questions or anything they wanted to ask or say to Mr. Gastelum before he concludes his appearance?
Yeah, really quickly, I just want to say, Kelvin, I got a chance to meet you at 167 in Vegas. You were honestly one of the nicest people there. Thanks for being you. And that fight against Rick Story, dude, Rick Story is a damn brick. In my eyes, he's the only person with a legit win against the champion, Johnny Hendricks. And nothing but big things, baby.
Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it.
Hell yeah, man. We appreciate you always coming on, dude. And we will let you go. Just on Twitter, though, I noticed it looked like Elena was our friend Elena was trying to call in to say hello. I honestly didn't see the call come through. I need to update my Skype or something. I don't know. But Elena sends her love to you, Kelvin. And obviously we all do, man. I can't wait to bet on your next fight. Make even more money off of you.
Thanks, man. No, I mean it's always a pleasure to be here, man. I enjoy talking to you guys.
Hell yeah, man.
If I didn't, I wouldn't be here. So
yeah, man. No, we definitely do appreciate every time you're on, man. But yeah, with that, we'll let you do what you got to do. Have fun over there in Salt Lake. Hopefully, you'll have fun on your vacation before you whoop some more ass, dude. I can't believe
you can bet on that.
Hell yeah, and
I'll see you in May, champ.
What's that, Coach?
I said I'll see you in May. I'll be down in Yuma in May.
Right,
that's right, a seminar.
I know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Looking forward to it, man. Your mom said she's taking me to church.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yeah,
I can't wait, man. We'll get on the phone. We'll get on the phone and talk soon, Coach.
Absolutely, brother.
Coach needs a little bit of
All right,
church.
you guys take care.
Definitely. Thank you, Kelvin. We'll talk to you soon, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you guys some other time. I'd love to get back on.
Definitely, man. It'll happen, dude. 6th time. It's coming soon.
Absolutely.
All right, man. You have a good night, dude. Party on. Okay.
Rock on.
All right, man. All right. See you later, Kelvin. And with that, Kelvin Gastelum has left. Coach, thanks for staying on. Yeah, I was going to ask you, man, did you ever have you taken a break and a vacation since The Ultimate Fighter season 17?
Man, I feel so lucky to be able to do what I'm doing that I almost feel like it is a vacation in the sense that, you know, I just enjoy what I get to do, man. I truly am. I did spend a week after we finished filming The Ultimate Fighter in Brazil. We shot in São Paulo, which is city, more or less is the New York of South America. The last week, I actually took a week off, went to Rio, to an island called Ilha Grande. And this place was just completely amazing, man. No cars, no motorcycles, just beach community. And so I was there for a week. That was definitely felt like a vacation. But, you know, I mean, I even when I'm working, man, I can't complain because, like I said, I really enjoy doing this stuff and the relationships and the friendships and everything that I get the honor to be a part of these guys' dreams and everything. So, yeah, man, it's always a vacation. It's always work, but it's always a vacation.
Yeah. Did you did you get a chance to watch the last episode of The Ultimate Fighter? It came out for some reason a day late yesterday, but have you had a chance to watch it yet?
Yeah, man. And you know, I just wouldn't feel right if I came on here and just didn't keep it real.
Yeah, man. Let's hear it. Shoot.
I'm just gonna say it, man. I was completely disappointed. I thought I don't think production did a very good job. I thought they completely shit the bed on that episode. Pardon my language, but I
hear you.
I don't know. Yeah, it was terrible.
What was up with it? Like, what were your, you know, not complaints, but you know, what did they miss out on? What could they be doing better?
They just threw too much stuff. I know there's a lot of stuff to carry. I get it, but obviously the introduction of the assistant coaches, Hortensia and Isabel, that kind of got thrown in there. The mud ball they did at the end, that was a complete disaster. Oh my God, you have no idea. We scored twice on that stupid game, and they kept changing the rules. We no question, we won that game 2 times. They kept changing the rules. There was a stalemate that these guys were pushing the balls back and forth, and that was a complete disaster. That whole mud ball thing.
Fight.
It was terrible. It
Damn.
was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Damn. So you're saying it was a work?
And then it was terrible. They really didn't go into detail about Edgar. I thought enough. He was such a solid guy on our team. I hope that at some point they're going to be able to go back and do a little bit more personality on, just kind of a little more character building with the guys. The kid Antonio he fought is that guy is rough. I mean, he is a physically fit, strong guy. And Edgar had 40 something amateur boxing matches, and Edgar is one of these guys where usually you can hit the guy with a handful of gravel from 2 feet when you throw it at him, because he's so slippery. He's always moving his head. But me and Clayton were talking about this today, man. He went out there and he stepped right over to the guy's right hand, and Antonio threw it with every tension he had at taking his head off, and it landed. And it was unfortunate you didn't get to see Edgar's his ability. He really didn't get to go out there and perform. But Antonio went out there and he did what he needed to do, and he won the fight. So you can't hate on him for that. So but yeah, as far as the production on that particular episode, man, I don't know. I was bothered by it. I can't lie.
No, appreciate the honesty, man. Yeah, it's hard for them to highlight Edgar and his personality, his backstory, when they're actually devoting some of the like they're devoting that time to the Octagon Girl out of nowhere.
Yeah, then the Octagon Girls was in. I mean, there's 10 things right now that I would like to say, but because of the way that the rest of the season goes on, I'm not able to say, so I'm not going to. Exactly. But I was thoroughly disappointed.
No, I hear you, man. Hopefully the next one's a good bombshell. What's up, Jake?
What was the deal with them dubbing over Chael in this one? I mean, they've
even noticed.
They've got to figure. Yeah, it's a Brazilian show, but a lot of Americans are gonna watch it. I mean, damn, they just dubbed over Chael every scene.
Yep.
I mean, Coach, I get what you're saying. You've got to fill the episode. You've got to make it entertaining. The fight was super short, so obviously you've got to find other stuff. But man, this is something I really want to watch, and I was having a hard time watching it.
I completely agree. There's like I think I've made this point before. The Ultimate Fighter we did in Las Vegas peaked at like 1.6, 1.7 million viewers. We opened up, and I don't know what the numbers are from the last show, but we opened up this season at 12 million viewers. So it's a huge market down in Brazil. But those first couple weeks we were down there, man. We were constantly fighting with production about everything. We couldn't get shirts that fit. They wouldn't let us talk to the fighters back and forth in English. Like we had to. You saw it with Hortensia and Chael talking, where Chael was basically speaking to her in English, and then she would answer back in Portuguese.
Yeah,
and, that's not realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chael doesn't speak. Come on, he doesn't speak Portuguese. None of us do.
He's just staring at her like, what?
Yeah, and then the interpreter said, I understand that you're trying to market the show to a Portuguese audience. I get that, but man, this is Fight Pass. This is people jumped on Fight Pass for this because 17 was such a good season. They want to be entertained. They want to, and it just. I don't know, man. I just feel like if they were throwing darts, they completely missed the target this particular episode. I hope it gets better. I'm sure it will, and I know it will. I believe the next episode will be the one that everybody's kind of waiting for, the one that's been in the press.
The Brazilian brawl, perhaps.
But yeah, and like I said, man, there was an adversarial relationship with us in production. The first couple weeks we were there, there was a lot of tension, frustration, and that changes. but it was definitely tense down there. We just kind of felt like we were working against everybody. Everybody was working against us, and the only guys that we really had was were ourselves at that point. And that obviously that changed at some point. It started to shift, and I'm hoping that they capture that. But yeah, man, that's as honest as I can be about episode 4.
No, I appreciate the honesty, man. Surprised actually. Didn't expect to hear that from you, man. But I do agree, man. A lot of
my tongue off.
yeah, a lot of this show so far has been like, what the hell is going on here? And now it's like, damn, they're even changing the rules on the coaches challenges and mud balls, and what's up with these octagon girls? Like this is like global reality. Pretty much won the day, it seems like, in the production argument.
Yeah, I was glad Kelvin was on tonight, because I really didn't want to get too much into detail about this, because
I hear you.
My lips bleeding right now.
Yeah, well, you're definitely not saying don't watch the show. You're just saying
no,
you're
absolutely
giving your take, man.
No, episode 5's going to be the one everybody's been waiting for.
Hell yeah.
You know, the Dana talked about 17 when Uriah did the spinning back kick, you know, and that was like the greatest knockout in the Ultimate Fighter history, and everybody wanted to obviously see what he was talking about. And this is also, I believe, 5, and I haven't seen it myself, but I believe this will be the episode that made all the papers that everybody was talking about. So I'm definitely pro show. I'm pro get fight pass, but you know, as far as what they, you know, the editing in episode 4, I mean, I can't say anything other than I think they completely shit the bed. I don't know what other way to explain it better than that. So
it's a little jumbled thrown together. I don't know if that's just Brazilian TV or not. I don't know.
Terrible. But
yeah, man. Yep. I still had fun watching it though. It was a damn shame. It was basically, you know, the Team Sonnen guy Edgar. It was a flash knockout. When that happens, man, as a team, like, are you instantly just like, oh, it's no big deal, man, it's no big deal, or are you all cringing and looking at each other like, what do you say to a guy after something like that? When you said he was tip top. I mean, he was a fast guy, in and out guy, but he just got caught, man. He got rocked. Wanderlei and this Dida guy are taking credit, man. How does that feel when it happens to your team member, though?
Well, you know, just like Chael said on the show, I mean, the tragedy was, you know, if Edgar would have went out there and fought a fight and lost the fight, no problem. Edgar was, he would have been happier, like you said, if he would have went out there and got beat up for, you know, however long at least but, you know, you get out there and you get hit with a shot like that and the fight's over. It's unfortunate because you don't really get a chance to really compete or show. But, you know, but that's the reality of the fight game, man. I mean, it happens just like that sometimes. And unfortunately, you know, we were on that was our story. You know, we went out there, he stepped over right into his right hand. He threw the straight right hand. He caught him, and that was the end of the fight. So, you know, again, hats off to Antonio, man. That guy is a world champion jiu-jitsu, and his stand-up is nasty too. And we knew that it was a tough fight, not just for us, but it was a tough fight for Antonio. And sometimes you go out there and you get to perform, and sometimes you get caught. We got caught, and, you know, pick up the pieces and move forward. That's all you can do.
Yep. And off the top of my head, I don't remember. Next week, do you know who's fighting? It's not it's Pellegrino, isn't it?
No, Pellegrino was episode 3. Yeah, I don't believe that we picked. I don't think they picked the fights for the next episode. So I
think they might have, because like supposedly they won the mud challenge, and then I think I remember they did. You know what? I'm going to have to watch it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna take the safe road here and say
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, he's
know.
got to be careful.
Yep. There's a lot of you definitely don't want to spoil as we try to tell the audience here, but of course you will get the details behind the scenes regardless. You don't need spoilers. Nobody wants the show to get ruined. So yeah, we
Coaches,
will avoid that.
Coach has got to watch every episode and make cliff notes of things he can and can't talk about on the show.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
But again, all the previews
I
are
haven't
saying
screwed up yet, so far so good. Yeah.
Yeah, I did ask you about it. All the previews though are Chael's saying he can smell some liquor on Wanderlei's breath. That's gonna be interesting and hilarious, man. But is that pretty common? Not accusing Wanderlei of doing anything, but Coach, are a lot of these guys in the tough house, are they just boozing it up all the time when the cameras aren't on them?
You know, we're not in the house, so we really don't know. The only thing we really hear is, if the guys decide to talk about it the next day at the gym, which typically they don't because, you don't want to go tell your coach you got blasted the night before you came in to train, But, I think I think two things have happened in our season. One, we've set the bar in a high precedence. We've always made it about these guys being ultimate fighters and chasing their dream, not TV reality show stars. And I've always been proud that both of our teams we've kind of held them to a certain standard, and they've accepted it and they've rose to that. Season 17, we had solid guys that wanted to be champions. In Brazil 3, I believe we have the same type of a team. Sometimes I'm watching this show and I don't know either. I'm watching a lot of this stuff for the first time. In fact, the fights to get into the house, I didn't get to see all those because I'm back there warming up one guy as another guy's fighting. So a lot of the stuff that happens on the show and during the season, I'm kind of watching for the first time myself.
Hell yeah, man. And just to wrap it up here, I do have one serious question about this whole thing. This season compared to TUF 17, who was the bigger? Yeah, can you hear me, guys?
Yeah. It sounded like you cut out for a few seconds there, at least on my end.
Whoops. Well, shit. Hopefully, you guys can hear me all right. Coach, you still got me? You're still alive there?
I'm here. Yeah, okay. I heard you.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask. The straight up no bullshit. Of course, the word on the street. TUF 17 versus TUF Brazil. I got to know, man, who was the bigger pain in the ass rival coach, Wanderlei Silva or John Jones?
I had different relationships with both of them, but not. There was no animosity. Me and John Jones kind of had a how do you explain it? We kind of joke, we kind of talk crap back and forth to each other. It was kind of a playful type of a relationship where I'd give him a hard time. He'd come out, he'd give me a hard time. We make fun of each other's shoes or whatever we felt like kind of doing that day. So I like John really from the beginning. He wasn't really a pain in the ass, man. He really came around to be a good guy, and you just kind of realized at some point, like, this guy is 24 years old and he's got a family and he's just trying to figure it out like everybody else, man. I mean, that was after he got out there and, there was incident where he crashed his car and there was some other things, but, he's 24 years old, man. I'm 40 years old and I still screw up all the time. I learn from stuff every single day and continue to try to get better. So, as far as John went, man, at some point you just realize it's like, these are just normal people. And then Wanderlei, like I said, man, for me, Wanderlei always was very respectful. If I walked past him, he'd hit me on the shoulder. Hey, coach, how are you today? And he'd walk past, or he'd always say hi. Never at one point did I ever feel disrespected by Wanderlei. And I think he kind of treated all the coaches that way. Obviously, him and Chael are like oil and water. That is the one guy that Chael never won over with his charm, and Chael wins everybody over. That is a for real 100% bitter. Like, there's just tension when those guys are in the same room, man. As far as my situation with Wanderlei, I never had a problem, and I kind of preferred it that way because I knew at some point if something did break out with Chael and Wanderlei, I mean, what am I gonna do to Wanderlei? You know what I mean? Like, Wanderlei's Silva. Like, I don't fight in the UFC. This guy would murder me. But I kind of thought, all right, well, if I kind of stay on this guy's good side a little bit, then if something does happen, he'll respect me enough where it'll, I can get in between things and try to resolve it before, somebody gets seriously injured. So, I don't know if that answers your question, but that's kind of the best assessment I can give you as far as how that went.
I hear you. There was a little bit of a reckoning with Jones and just kind of playful back and forth with Wanderlei. You basically just didn't want to poke the bear or anything, and everything was cool.
Wanderlei's a friendly guy, but he didn't have quite the same demeanor as John does. John's kind of he's a young guy and he's willing to joke. Wanderlei's a little bit more serious. I'm sure he's a character, to his friends and guys that are close to him, but obviously we weren't quite on that level.
No, I hear you, man. And Coach, the last question before we let you go, and thank you for your time once again, as always. I believe Jake's got one for you, man. Jake, man, close out the coach for us. He's got places to be, money to make, that paper. You know what I'm saying?
It's actually funny you lead into me talking about that paper, because the question I have for Coach Huey, the UFC recently valued at $3.5 billion. Coach Huey, if all of a sudden you found yourself with $3.5 billion in the bank account, what is the very first purchase you make? Are you buying a Lambo? Are you buying property in Costa Rica? You getting a yacht? What are you doing?
Oh, geez.
It's the classic lottery question.
$3.5 billion. Yeah. I don't know, man. I would really like to think that I would do a lot of good with it. I'm not I've really downsized in the last year. I've had a couple classic cars and a boat and a big house and all that stuff. And I've kind of downsized from a lot of things, man. And I've kind of realized that the things that I worked so hard for when I was younger really don't have the same value as I thought they would. The last year's been kind of really, it's kind of an opportunity for me to kind of reflect on some things. So, with that type of money, man, I really would like to think that I'd be able to go out there and do a lot of good with it. As far as buying things, you take care of some people that are close to you and just do good with it, man, and enjoy it. But I'm unfortunately I'm a very long ways from $3.5 billion. So,
All of us are.
It's nice to think about, but it's not very realistic for me right now.
Definitely. Well, Coach, once again, thank you so much for coming on, and we definitely got to get you out to Vegas during UFC 173 Memorial Day weekend. I'm going to be there. Alan's going to be there, and actually, speaking of Alan, I think he has something he wants to throw your way too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any word on Liz?
Liz
Yes,
McCarthy.
thank you for asking that. Yeah, there's actually we have something brewing currently. We're just trying to. She's got a contract, but we're kind of maybe I better hold off on give it a week before I announce anything. But there is definitely something happening. So yeah, Liz McCarthy will be back soon, and a good opponent. This will be something exciting for everybody. So sorry I can't say more, but absolutely something is on the table. We're just waiting to get everything confirmed before we can actually make a formal announcement on it.
That's awesome.
That is great news, man. Yeah, of course, Liz McCarthy, female fighter. MMA fighter up and coming, working with Coach Huey. Good to see. Hopefully, but get her back on the show if there's news to announce, dude.
Absolutely.
Hopefully it
Yeah.
happens a little bit here, man. Yeah, definitely. Work it out and let us know the second you know something that you can actually, reveal for damn sure.
And I also want to give a shout out everybody out there in Yuma, Arizona at the Tetsu Gym. I'm doing a seminar May 2nd. I tweeted out the flyer. I don't know if you got a chance to see it, but I definitely kept the word on the street. Did you see that?
I saw it. It had the logo on it. I was like, holy shit. Yeah, I did retweet
Absolutely,
that too,
man.
I was blown away, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, we got to.
No,
we got to,
Holy
continue
shit.
to grow this podcast, man. So, May 2nd, I'll be out there in Yuma, Arizona. I'm excited to go out there and, obviously Kelvin and everybody out there, man. I've never been to Yuma, so it'd be fun.
Yep, you're gonna see where the Kelvin hangs out. He probably knows the best places to eat or whatnot. Definitely awesome. Thank you so much. This show is your show. It's ours too. I mean, damn, I'm just glad you make the time for it every time you do for yourself up, man. But I know it's busy, so I appreciate it that much more any time that you're on, man. Definitely.
Always enjoying it, man. And in fact, I'll be in Vegas next weekend, so we'll do it from Vegas.
Hell yeah, man. We'll talk and we'll catch up. We'll get the plan going. Last thing, of course, as always, where can people talk to you, find you, inquire about you, stalk you? What's happening? What's the word on the street?
www.coachjamiehuey.com. My Twitter is @CoachJamieHuey. I actually have an Instagram. I don't know if a lot of people knew that. I never really plug it, but I've got some cool pictures on there that are pretty exclusive to, some of the experiences on TUF that haven't really been seen behind the scenes stuff. So, excuse me, you can follow me on Instagram @CoachJamieHuey. And then obviously I have to approve you to get on there, but I check it regularly. So, and other than that, Twitter. I'll be down in Las Vegas. Anybody wants to get together, definitely send me a direct message on Twitter. And love to catch up down in sunny Las Vegas. I'm packing my shorts right now. I'm excited.
Lucky, man, lucky. I gotta work the grind, the 9 to 5 office, man. But I envy you guys, man, definitely. And I will live vicariously through you gentlemen, dude. You and Kelvin and everyone else, man. I love it, dude. Coach, definitely get some sleep, get some rest, take it easy for once.
Thank you, Ramses.
You're back. It's been good times.
Always, Jake and Alan. Yep.
Hell yeah, dude.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep, Coach, we'll talk to you next time,
right,
man. And thank you very much, man. You have a good night, dude. Yep.
Okay.
Later.
All right.
There he goes, Coach Jamie, the living legend Huey from Team Sonnen, coaching various MMA fighters, doing his thing, mainly boxing, but who knows what else, man. I heard he has a knife now. Anyway, Jake and Alan, we're left with you two guys. Great gentleman yourself. Thank you guys so much for your time here. I wanted to get your quick takes. I guess we should. Those are great time talking to Kelvin and Coach, but I like to at least cover a little bit of MMA news as well before we get the hell out of here, people. Of course, I did want to ask you guys what you thought of the Eddie Bravo versus Royler Gracie Jiu-Jitsu match, which to me was the biggest thing that went down this weekend, man. I was holding my breath. I was watching that shit. He was vaporizing this guy. He was electrocuting him left and right. The old man, Gracie, would not tap. It was impressive. But were you guys big on this too, or was it just my nerd ass that was watching this? What's the deal? Either one of you. Doesn't matter. Open mic, guys. Open mic.
Go ahead, Alan.
Yeah. I definitely I specifically paid for it though because I wanted to support the company
too,
and
man. Hell yeah.
especially Vinny. I mean, I go back and watch Vinny's jiu-jitsu matches. He as of late, he hasn't done that great in MMA, and it's just been a string of bad luck really because the guy's really talented. But I was really looking forward to getting to see him compete, especially like on such a big stage. And I was super bummed out. But the Eddie Bravo and Royler Gracie, I thought it was just like the perfect game of human chess because that's what jiu-jitsu is. And the way that it started out, Eddie jumps to his whatever quarter guard, and Hoyler's on top. He gets the head and the arm, and latches on, and he's trying to pass his guard, trying to move that knee up, and you look at the look on Hoyler's face, and he's so confident, like he thinks that he's in control. And the second that Eddie switches and freaking sweeps him, from that point on, man, it just changed. It was like desperation mode for Royler. Like he's just trying to survive the next 15 minutes. And I just thought it was crazy. It was so suspenseful. Even though you saw that Eddie was in control, it was just really suspenseful watching, the crowd, like how they were reacting every time Eddie got a sweep or took top position. And, whenever he got Royler into different moves, I think it's really great for, the sport of jiu-jitsu. Practicing it myself, it makes you even more excited. And
is that a dying baby or a cat?
Shout out to Alan's cat. Yo, what is your cat's name? Because I think it's just asking for a shout out on the podcast.
His name is Fang.
You burning it alive or something? What's going on with this cat, man?
No,
His fiance is.
My cat definitely, yeah, she definitely would cook him because she hates him. But my cat definitely, I have some other cats that are in a different bedroom, and because the age difference, they're not allowed to be around each other.
Oh God!
So
sounds like a nightmare already.
He's at their door crying, because he wants to get in there and have a Royal Rumble match.
Yep. Can't wait to fuck up these cats trying to take over his home, dude.
Yo, speaking of, you know what? I was gonna say speaking of the Royal Rumble match, but I'm gonna wait until a little bit later on in the show before I make my call out. But yeah, I think we were talking about what Royler versus Eddie.
Yeah, Bravo and Gracie, man. What was your take, Jake?
Were you finished talking about it, Alan?
Yeah, I just hands off to those guys, man. They delivered. They had the most exciting match out of any of those guys on that card, and they're the oldest guys there, and it was brilliant.
It was super brilliant. Eddie, I think he's 42. Royler's 48. All of the matches were really entertaining, and actually earlier today on the MMA Roundtable, I was talking about how even though 4 of the 6 fights ended in a draw, I like this submission-only format more than the points format, because points, you see a lot of stalling, you see a lot of people just passing and holding position. These were all very exciting fights because they were fighting for submissions the entire time. As far as Eddie versus Royler went, I actually think the second fight was more impressive on Eddie's behalf than the first one. The first one, Royler was winning the fight, and then Eddie, slaps up a triangle and stuns the world. This one, Royler definitely, early he had a little bit of a moment, but it was nothing compared to all the electric chairs Eddie was putting him in. He was putting more fools in an electric chair than the state of Texas. Shout out Austin, Texas, word on the street. Yeah, the vaporizer. I mean, look at a still shot of just search Eddie Bravo, Royler Gracie vaporizer. You can probably go on Google Images, find a still shot of it. The way his knee is being torqued is so brutal looking, and the fact that Royler didn't tap. Eddie even said, like one of the first things he said in the post-match interview was, that's the first time somebody hasn't tapped to the vaporizer. No Royler isn't going to tap to a joint lock. He's only going to tap to a choke or get choked out. And I can guarantee, we're what, 2 or 3 days removed from it. That dude has a limp. His knee and ankle were getting very fucked.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, did either of y'all get to listen to the Joe Rogan, Eddie Bravo post-fight
it was great.
podcast?
Listen to it all, man. It's all been great.
The only thing I wanted to point out was it was great because if you watch the match and later in the, when Eddie kept moving from position to position, it looked like Hoyler was getting, a sweep, as it actually wasn't that. It was Eddie resetting
it up. Yeah.
Yeah, he was resetting and starting back at quarter guard. I mean, and then just moving back to the electric chair and then to the vaporizer. So that's what makes it even more crazy that he was that dominant and he used his system.
Yeah.
And what he didn't use practical jiu-jitsu. He used his system that he developed to basically nullify Hoyler Gracie, the most decorated, competitive jiu-jitsu practitioner.
Yep, 10th planet shit, dude, straight up, dude. And yeah, I did. Not only did I hear the Eddie Bravo appearance on the Rogan podcast, EddieBravoRadio.com. People check it out. Eddie's podcast. He did on Sunday night. He did 4 hours just talking on the podcast about the match. Joey Uncle Karate Diaz was there. That's a good one too if you have the 4 hours. I did it today, man. I listened to the whole damn thing, and he gives away some even more. He goes all the way into it, man. He talks about not only the match itself, but the aftermath and how it came together, and of course, the fact that Royce Gracie came at him, bro. Tried to take him on, tried to throw down, have words with him. There is now a beef. But they had some sort of altercation afterwards while Eddie was puking, which isn't cool, man. Hoyce, who goes up to somebody while they're puking anyway? That's kind of weird.
A coward.
Yeah, it's weird, man. It's like...
Yep, he's a dandy. He's a real fancy boy.
I'm hearing that the Royce Gracie... of course, always a legend. Much respect to what he did. Pioneers in the UFC, the first UFC champion. But yeah, man, I'm hearing a pattern here surface about Royce Gracie, dude. He's, what I'm picturing, I'm picturing he came up to Eddie and said he wanted to fuck his bed like he was Wanderlei Silva talking to Chael Sonnen on the Ultimate Fighter Brazil, man.
I'm gonna you bad.
I gotta hear that more than once, man.
I'm gonna you bad. I'm gonna you bad. I'm gonna you bad.
Because I want to fuck Chuck here. Fuck Chuck.
There's your genius fight promoter, Wanderlei Silva. He's gonna fuck Chael's bed, and then is that before or after he fucked Chuck?
Fuck Chuck.
Fight Chuck. That's what I'm picturing Royce Gracie like now. I'm picturing him as the Wanderlei of jiu-jitsu at this point, of Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Just walking around all crazy, high on his own reputation. I mean, it sounded like bullshit he was trying to pull on Eddie Bravo. After Eddie Bravo had just gone to war, had obviously like that's so he's puking literally when Royce approaches him.
Really,
like
bitch?
Alan, like you were saying, Alan, that is the weakest point to try to attack a man at, and he went for it. And of course, nothing gets past the MMA underground.
All those guys are fucking throwing up in their mouth right now, and they're sick of me and Joe.
God bless Eddie Bravo. I gotta say, full disclosure, man, I'm 100% an Eddie Bravo fan. I do consider him a friend of mine and a collaborator. At one point, when I was doing my original, like I've said before, my original Word on the Street videos on YouTube, which is how I got this whole thing started, basically. I was doing videos on YouTube. You can check them out. They're like 6-7 minutes. It's like a porn version of Tommy Toehold back in the day, except it's not cartoons. It's just outrageous. It would never fly. No. Anyway, you can check it out. Word on the Street podcast. Just look that up on YouTube. But some of the episodes,
kills you. Weed makes you worthless.
Exactly what I was saying. Eddie Bravo actually was one of the original fans and promoters of my videos on YouTube. And he even would occasionally, every now and then, he'd get some crazy idea in his head. He'd be like, "You got to make a video about this," and usually it was about Renato Laranja. And so there's a few videos there, and I promise you, every single one was co-written, co-created, and the concept was from straight up Eddie, dude. Just I don't know if he was smoking and just was like, "Man, I'll DM the video guy from YouTube," but changed
Produced
my
by
life.
the government.
Yep, changed my life just like Uncle Joey Karate, and it was great seeing him implement his system, prove that it wasn't a fluke. He wasn't the Buster Douglas of MMA. All right, his system is effective. He shut down. It's more than the lockdown. It was a shutdown on Royler Gracie, man. It was all over. The old man didn't tap, which was superhuman, and I'll give him credit for that, man. That is fucked up when you think about it. The pain he must have been in, I do agree that he's probably broken in half, man. But holy shit, he was like a Mick Foley that night, man. There was nothing you could do that was going to kill this man. But Eddie Bravo still put on a clinic. His techniques were crazy. Like even I'll pay the $4.95 at his website, people, 10thplanetjj.com. I'm gonna buy that skull rash guard or whatever the hell he was wearing. It was a skeleton, like
Yes.
kind of, yeah,
That's
rash guard.
sick.
Yeah, it was badass, dude. It harkened back to Johnny and the Cobra Kai when they were in that scene in the original Karate Kid where they were all dressed up as skeletons for the Halloween party and they whooped Danielson's ass. That's what Eddie Bravo was wearing, except it was the 2014 version. It was badass. I'm gonna get one of those. I don't even train right now because of I got a fucked up knee, but I'll definitely get a t-shirt at least. I'll even buy a Renato Laranja t-shirt just for the fuck of it, just to support everybody in that world, that sphere. Damn good. And yeah, man, sorry guys, I just couldn't praise that enough. But yeah, watch the 4-hour podcast where Eddie breaks it down with Joey Diaz. It happened Sunday night. It's awesome. I've been going on for so long. I was just going to reveal some of the details that Eddie got into. He was talking about how he was talking the whole match back and forth with Royler, and he said he heard Royler's knee just pop at least 7 times, is what he said, 7 times. And he would just be like, he would ask Royler, we can stop, man. We don't have to do this. And Royler was like, it's okay. That tough son of a bitch, man. I don't want to say he was coked up.
They were talking a shitload. You think Eddie brought up anything about chemtrails or 9/11 or anything to him?
I was surprised. I was surprised that Eddie didn't. I was expecting him to bust out some shit about 9/11.
Tower 7
in his
got demoed?
in his post-fight speech. I thought he'd at least mention it or something. So he blew a good opportunity there. I got to say, Eddie, I'm sorry. You blew a good opportunity to expose the 9/11 truth.
Chemtrails.
Almost 13, 14 years later. But no, other than that, dude, what else did Eddie say? Damn it. His knee popped 7 times.
Isn't it fishy that Tower 7 just fucking got demoed? Isn't that fucking fishy?
You remember the one episode where we asked Coach Jamie Huey what he thought about the 9/11 shit? Yeah, we were running low on questions that night. Jesus. I was going to ask Kelvin that tonight, but then I remembered, oh shit, I asked Coach Jamie Huey that one time.
I think it's just so damn fishy, man. Just so much.
The fucking God bless Kelvin, man. He is loosening up. If you take a look at our first interview with Kelvin Gastelum, you'll notice, he's a little shy. I believe it was probably, I'll be damned if it wasn't his first UFC related interview, honestly. When he was on our show the first time.
Yeah, it was definitely before he won TUF.
Yep, it was as the show was airing. I think it was week 1 or 2.
Yeah, because it was the very first one that I talked to. So it was really early on.
Yeah, so we were one of his first UFC type interviews here. Then thankfully he's come back 5 times. God bless him. Can't say it enough. But yeah, he's definitely loosened up a lot more. I could tell that tonight. He's having a good time in life, it seems, and he was pretty honest. I gotta say, man, I've never actually cheered and been happy, like I said, about hearing someone take a shit. Um, I'm glad he was open and honest about that, man. And that's a
The miracle poo, as he called it.
yep. I'll get Dolce on, and we'll talk about his system versus Kelvin's new one.
Honestly, asking him, I had no idea whether he was gonna be like, no, 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 it was only a problem this one time, and I'm not bringing Dolce back. But he was very absolute, saying, yeah, I'm absolutely bringing him back next
Yeah.
time around. No way, I'm not gonna have him. Which really kind of shows the value he's got for a fighter's camp.
Yeah, that's a good promotion for Dolce, man. He should turn that into a commercial, man. This guy said he never wants to go through, like you said, he never wants to go through it again. He would use Dolce again. He is already talking to him. But yeah, he went into it, man. Like, yeah, thanks for asking him, Jake, man. He went into the grittiness of it, man. He had a bad weight cut, but he pulled it out. He did it, man. Like he said, he stood there and told Dana he was okay. And then he did what he had to do, came back, made weight. And then he whooped Rick Story's ass. Good fight. Damn good war. Probably his biggest war that I've ever seen. He was hurt. We didn't really get a chance to ask him too much about what the fuck was happening when he got knocked down. But, what is he going to say? I mean, shit. He got knocked down. Then he got back up and whooped that ass. That's how you do it, man. He had a trial by fire, man.
That's why that's why they put him in there with Story, man. Story's one of the hardest hitters in that division, and the guy that's been in there with the best, toughest test.
Yep. I'm not bullshitting about this kid, man. Even though I'm saying honestly, if he had never been on my show, I still believe that he's gonna fight for the belt soon. I mean, I'm talking, soon to me is like within the next 3 years. Maybe even one, I don't know. He's a couple fights away, 3, 4 away from a title shot. And I think he's going to do it, man. I think we will see him there. This kid, man, he's just too young. He's not, he's not damaged. He keeps getting better every fucking time. It's outrageous. He's working with the best people. I was going to try to get some details about him sparring with Johnny Hendricks. They worked out together. He was helping Johnny train. Johnny was helping him train. I was going to ask if he thought he could whoop Johnny's ass. Out to it.
I love his attitude. I had tried pretty hard to try and get a future opponent out of him, or ask if he would fight for the welterweight shot, and saying I'll get a shot, not when I'm ready, but when it's my turn, and saying he'll fight whoever they put in front of him. You gotta love that kind of an attitude from a young up and coming fighter, as opposed to a guy who demands opponents, blah blah blah, says, oh no, I'll take my title shot when I'm ready.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. He's the real deal, man. And he was. Yeah, I mean, I think that was his honest answer, man. He doesn't know who the hell he wants to fight just yet. He probably is. He said he was up there, just hanging out with his manager right now at the moment. So that's probably what they're fucking talking about. They're game planning. But yeah, he probably doesn't know for sure. Obviously, he wants somebody that's beneath him on the top 12 list because he's at number 13.
Yeah, that's what I talked to him about last night on Twitter for a while, and it's not really a lot of options out there unless they end up giving him Kim instead of giving Kim to Lombard.
Kim.
They really like the only person that's available that would be like a kind of step up, just because it's another veteran guy, would be Mike Pyle. Nobody in the top 10 except for number 10 Kim is not booked or anything like that. I don't think they're going to give him Jake Shields, but they could.
I think Shields should be next. If not, if for some reason nothing gets put together immediately, I think for Kelvin, I think the next thing. Honestly, I don't want to see this fight happen, especially if it goes the way I think it will. He should probably call out the winner of Mike Pierce versus Damian Amaya. Even though I don't want to see him fight Mike Pierce, man, I love them both to death. Jesus, they're both they're my favorite fighters, but they are on what I believe to be a collision course with each other at some point. I believe that fight would make sense today if it happened.
Yeah. Well, the main person I think that they would match him up with would be Mike Brown if Mike Brown won, and they didn't give Kelvin a fight in between now and then. That fight's only a couple of weeks away. I think it's like the 18th or something, or the 20 something.
I'm sorry, Mike Brown?
Yeah, number 7 ranked Mike Brown, who's fighting Eric Silva. Matt Brown, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I was like, how much have I smoked already? God damn it.
Yeah, no, I think that's a fight worth making.
Yeah, you're getting probably getting confused with what Mike Pyle. He's in that division or some shit. Apparently, he's not in the EA UFC sports game coming out. Actually, let's switch topics before we close out the podcast, guys. The EA Sports UFC game that's fucking coming out. Apparently, I don't know if it was I don't think it was an April Fool's hoax or whatever the fuck, but today it was announced from EA Sports that there's a clue here in the new game, the new UFC game coming out in either June or July. They are going to have one of their fighters be a mystery fighter, someone that's never fought in the UFC before. What's your best guess, guys? Who's going to be the mystery fighter that you can select and play in EA UFC? People were even speculating that it might be Ariel Hawaii.
Alan,
are you guys even going to buy this game? Do you guys PS4, Xbox? What is it called? The Xbox One or the 360? Which is the new one?
I'll definitely buy the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna need somebody to play.
As long as they put all my Asian fighters on there. If they don't, I will boycott and then burn down UFC headquarters.
Who are they, man? Who are your Asian fighters? I know there's Yum Kim, Kung Lee, Nam Phan.
Also, Dong Young Kim's teammate, who will be fighting at UFC 173, Kyung Ho Kang. He's fought 3 times in the UFC so far, and this will be the first time he fights in Vegas.
What's his record? 3 fights in the UFC.
1-1, but it was a bad decision. The one against Chico Camus. Even Chael and Kenny Florian said that he won that fight, and that was a ripoff. And then his fight with Alex Caceres was a split decision loss that got overturned to a no contest. But
I remember that.
Both of his fights were like super close, and except for his last fight where he just like dominated the little midget that he was fighting. So it's going to be a really good matchup.
It's looking like they're not really going to make the rosters that thick. I think the final roster is only going to have around 100 UFC fighters, which spreads it out to be maybe 11 or 12 guys per division. I don't know, like
12 guys.
Yeah, like I don't think they're gonna have any more than 5 playable women. I mean, they're definitely gonna come out with a lot of downloadable content, but
that's true. Yeah, I did hear that 4 or 5 girls. Yeah, that's bullshit, man.
Yeah, I mean, currently the roster is looking like if you're not currently a ranked UFC fighter, chances are slim to none you're going to be in the game. If you're not in the top 10 even, chances are not likely. I mean, Gunnar Nelson I don't think is going to be in the game. Kelvin Kelvin, I
forgot to ask him.
I really hope, but I mean, the way things are looking, I don't think Kelvin, I don't think, there are going to be a lot of guys we want in it, and I think EA Sports has hinted that they're going to come out with lots of downloadable content. But yeah, I'm gonna wait until June. They're saying spring 2014, but I'm thinking, especially because of an AMA, Reddit, or a EA developer did recently. He was kind of hinting
Brizzo on Twitter
for a June release. Yeah. So I don't know. You know, I've had the 360 I've had for like a decade. So whenever the UFC game comes out, that'll probably be enough to push me to actually get a PS4 and get the game, so I can whoop your ass on
Yep, you
PS4.
have to get the PS4, man. Me
Speaking
and Alan
of-
are gonna get it.
You know what, Ramsey? Speaking of whooping your ass, I hate to cut in and cut a promo now, but you know, we are on the this is the last podcast, the last word on the street we're gonna do before WrestleMania, and there's
true.
all this hype. There's all this hype about the Jew versus Ramses, all this stuff, Ross versus Ramses, who's pissing in whose pool. I think people have forgot that yours truly, I am the only man to beat Ross Finkelstein. And yeah, Ross started off winning like the first 12, but after that, it was even.
beat
It was
the
neck
streak.
and neck. I beat the streak. And if you take that huge streak out, it was pretty even, pretty back and forth with us. I don't want an immediate shot in the main event, but I want to go up against Yao, and the winner of that gets a triple threat against you and Ross in the main event for the Word on the Street Championship.
I can't wait until I take this sucker out, put him out of his damn misery here. Yeah, if Jake, man, I know this means that, of course, the only conceivable match after I defeat this bum is against you. But, you know, we'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge when my tank rumbles over Ross's dead body. All right? The Jew ain't got no chance, all right? Nothing against Jews. But this particular one, I got everything against, all right? Everything. Our honor. His honor. Future.
I was gonna start playing your theme music, but I didn't want you to mix it up and think that I was trying to play you out.
I would have
and play
wrapped
the
it up. Yeah.
and play the podcast out. No, I was just playing your music, hitting the music while you cut the damn promo.
Yeah, we'll hit it again. Don't worry, Yeah, man, what I was saying about this damn Jew is they gotta, well, not him. He's gotta go. All right? This is unrelated to anything religious. This guy, man, has tried to sabotage everything I've ever built or wanted in this life. Every time I turn around, I'm afraid, I'm thinking, is this going to be the day that this guy just shows up and tries to throw down and do something about it? There's only one way to settle it. It's going down May 6th. I think it was May 6th. May 6th, people. Me versus Ross Finkelstein. Look him up on Twitter just so you can follow him in his last days before he disappears off the face of social media and the internet, possibly the planet itself. Ross Finkelstein on Twitter. He was the tribute champion. Jake did beat the streak, proving that Ross is human. I will defeat him too. This guy's got nothing left. He's more delusional than Royler Gracie and Hoist Gracie trying to claim that they won against Eddie Bravo, man. No, you got your ass whooped by a pothead, all right? Oh, that was the last thing I wanted to mention. One of the tidbits, the details that Eddie Bravo did drop about Royler was that immediately people were asking, like, what did he whisper to you right after the fight when you guys were shaking hands and talking? And Eddie revealed it, man. He said, Royler immediately said, all right, that was good. We can work together, but I just want one thing. I want you to do one thing. And Eddie was like, sure, man, what? And Royler was like, I want you to quit promoting drugs, promoting weed to the kids. And Eddie didn't know what to say.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, I was serious, man. If you watch the 4-hour podcast that he did with Joey Diaz, he mentions this, dude. That was what Royler was talking to him about, right? You see on the video, watch the fight video again. Right after it's over, they both shake hands, start talking to each other, whispering. And that's Royler saying, I want you to do one thing. We can work together, it's a good match. But I want you to do one thing. And Eddie's like, all right, man, what's going on? Yeah, sure. and Hoyler said, "You've got to quit promoting weed to kids."
I used to be the biggest weed hater ever. Weed is so safe.
God bless them, man. He goes into details. Go to EddieBravoRadio.com.
I love
or
Coke.
check it out on YouTube. Eddie Bravo and Joey Diaz and just Hoyler Gracie. You know what to do to find a fucking video, people. What is this? If you don't know what to do, you're too old, and I can't do business with you. Quit listening to this show. But yeah, man, Hoyler was like, say no, you got to say no to drugs in front of the kids. Apparently, Hoyler thinks that Eddie Bravo tries to like sell weed to kids or something indirectly. It's
weed
ridiculous.
made you kill.
Yep. All right. Anything else before we get out of here? The MMA news related that I'm missing that you guys want to talk about, man? What's happening, Jake?
I think you asked us something and we just sort of got off track and never.
I'm sorry.
Answered
Yeah.
it. The fighter that the UFC said, all right, it's a mystery fighter, and he's never fought in the UFC. Who is it?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, everyone on the post was saying Fedor. Oh no, it's Rogan. Oh, it's Fedor. I'm guessing it's Charles Mask Lewis. He's been in previous games, and he's definitely a part of the company's legacy. So my guess is Mask.
Damn, you got to guess, Alan, dude. The mystery EA UFC video game fighter that they're just going to throw in. They said he's never been in the UFC.
He's never fought in the UFC.
Okay, never fought. Hey man, what? Maybe after fucking Saturday, it's Eddie Bravo for all we know. You got a take on this, Alan? You got a best guess?
I have no idea.
I can't believe I forgot to ask. I was going to ask Kelvin if he could reveal if he was going to be in the video game or not. Damn it. Kelvin, if you're listening, send me a DM, man. I won't reveal it. It's probably for the best, man. That's some serious money. If he's not in the game, I promise you, I will launch the campaign on social media to get Kelvin added to the EA UFC game. Even if it has to be in some downloadable content, you gotta, his characters for sale.
I think him and like Asian fighters and like the big international guys will get added later, because that game is not just going to be marketed towards US, fans. It's going to be marketed worldwide. So I think in the downloads, the downloadable content, they'll release packs of fighters from different areas, and target them at, certain people, certain groups. Especially, they gotta have like some certain Brazilian fighters that might not be ranked but are popular, that gonna have to be added. You'll have to add just certain people just to make everybody happy.
Yeah, well, if Kelvin isn't in the fucking game, I promise you, I will launch the campaign to get him.
I'm pretty sure he will be, just because he's Hispanic. And they're using him a lot to promote all kinds of different stuff, and with him coming off of the Ultimate Fighter being such a success story, it's there's no doubt in my mind that he'll be in one of the expansion packs. I mean, look at the WWE games; they add like almost 40 different characters in expansion packs, and there's no reason why the UFC wouldn't do that.
Yeah, and also, honestly, if they're gonna have, what I suspect, I mean, come on, how can you put Uriah Hall in the video game and not put Kelvin? You know what I mean? They just begs a question. But yeah, if you're gonna have one, you gotta have the other in there, or at least Kelvin, and not. I can see why they would skip Uriah. Even though we love the guy to death, he actually was competing with Kelvin for the streak. Uriah was also actually at four appearances on the show. God bless him. He's gonna whoop ass. He's coming back. Don't worry about him for 1 second, guys. He's got it together now.
He's already got a fight booked up for UFC 175.
Yeah, Thiago. Who the
Santos?
Fuck is Thiago Santos. Jesus.
It's actually a pretty good fight now that I look at who Santos beat last. He beat Ronnie Marks.
What's his damn record? In case it comes up with the Jew.
it's a really good record. I think he might only have like 2 losses maybe or 1, but he was thinking about going to welterweight before this last fight, but he just knocked out Ronnie Marks at the UFC event I think Dan Henderson fought on. That was a pretty.
Yeah.
Ronnie Marks was like, up and coming, 185 or so. He's gonna make the drop to welterweight and fight Kelvin, and he's gonna stay at he's gonna stay at 185.
Now you're just making shit up.
He's gonna stay at 185 and fight Uriah. So it's gonna they're and they striking. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I sort of stepping back to the whole Kelvin Gastelum and the downloadable characters. What about them just releasing a tough pack? You got Ally Aquina, Michael Chiesa, Storm and Norman Park, Robert Whitaker, Gastelum, Leonardo Santos, Holdsworth, Pena, Hall, just a bunch of the stars of the last couple years of The Ultimate Fighter. That'd be cool.
You're on to something. You should actually tweet those fuckers and propose it. EA Sports UFC on Twitter.
Yep.
You should do that, man. That's not a bad idea. I'd fucking buy it.
And shit, it would be a way to promote the show. Like, get all the fighters from previous seasons of TUF, and don't forget to tune into this season of TUF. I think the upcoming one, Edgar and Penn, I think that one's going to be going from... Shit, I think it's actually starting in a couple weeks. It's starting middle of April, going until July. That's we'll probably see another couple stars. It's going to be 2 exciting divisions. It's middleweights and light heavyweights. So I'm looking forward to Penn versus Edgar, which was officially scheduled for July 6th. I'm gonna get to Vegas somehow. I can't miss my boy BJ Penn getting some retribution against Frankie.
I'll fly to Denver and then we'll drive.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
BJ Penn, man, you know what's gonna happen, in my opinion. BJ Penn is gonna maybe fight for the first round. He's going to become severely discouraged and jabbed at, cut to pieces.
When does that ever happen? Frankie Edgar always gets the shit beat out of him in the first round against everybody. Frankie Edgar is gonna take his shots.
He's going to get knocked out. I'm calling it in the first round. BJ Penn is going to knock out Frankie Edgar.
Oh, you think Frankie's going to get knocked? What?
Yes.
Come on, man. BJ.
It's the return of the.
I mean, if anyone's getting a finish, it's going to be Penn. Frankie Edgar isn't a finisher, and Penn, when he was fighting welterweights, even when he fought George St. Pierre. He was far too small to be fighting at welterweight. He went back up. I didn't like the move. I love the move to 145. The dude's cutting down, and he's got 3 months.
Look who he's
training with. Frankie Edgar's ass.
Who is he training with?
The
champion
with.
Every time the 145-pound division and the 135-pound division, the 2 most dangerous men in the octagon. BJ Penn has, slept, trained, hung out. Every part of his life has been with those
Smoked
2 guys.
weed with.
Exactly. So BJ Penn is going to catch, part of that killer instinct, and I am telling you, I am putting money on it. BJ Penn is going to finish Frankie Edgar in the first round.
What? You guys are... Oh, I get it. It's fucking April Fools. I get it. A good one, guys. You guys got me.
It's actually April the 2nd.
Got me,
it's
dude.
April the 2nd now, so it's
that's
not April
also
Fools.
Another joke, whatever. You got me twice then. No, man. It's BJ Penn.
Listen, Ramses.
This guy gasses after the first round, and then he's got nothing left. He just lets himself get beaten up and outpointed. Yeah, he doesn't get knocked out. I'm not saying that's going to happen. But this dude's going to get his ass whooped. He's just there for the pace. We all know it.
That's only when he's 20-something pounds overweight.
See, Frankie Edgar's never said the word. Frankie Edgar's never retired. This is what BJ's fucking 3rd time coming out of retirement. Like, that alone tells you who's going to win the damn fight. It's ridiculous, man. You guys believe in the damn wrong things.
We're talking about one of only 2 men to be multiple weight class champions in the UFC. We're talking about the best lightweight in the history of mixed martial arts. We're talking about a dude who went toe to toe with killers. He fought fucking Lyoto Machida. He is like, him moving up. He got tooled around by Nick Diaz, got tooled around by Rory McDonald. He's moving down to 145. He's training with Aldo. He's training with Barao. Frankie Edgar, he's lost 3 of his last 4 fights. I mean, it's not that ridiculous to say that. I think Penn is going to steamroll him, and I think late 2014 or 2015 we see him get a title shot when Aldo moves to 155.
Whoa, breaking news, people. Why the hell didn't he mention this? Damn, now I'm going to have to get angry at the kid, Kelvin. Sorry to interrupt, Jake. Word on the street is that Kelvin is going to be a father.
Holy
snap.
Yep. Yep, I'm seeing that right now. It's coming through on my radar, people.
Yeah,
if that is true, congratulations.
Yeah, I'm seeing something too.
Yeah, if that is true, then I have to say congratulations to Mr. Kelvin Gastelum. Damn, he should have broke that damn news. I asked him what he was planning to do. But then again, yeah, that's not exactly... You don't reveal that on that damn Wayne's World podcast.
Yeah, I'm fucking playing Joey Diaz drops and shit in the background.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm
exactly.
I'm fucking around.
It's either blue cheese with wings or go fuck your mother. That's the next shirt, all right, please.
Yeah, like what's he gonna do? Like follow up his shit story with "I'm having a baby."
Yeah, it was the Miracle Poo, and speaking of Miracle Poos.
Yeah. Oh god! But if it is true, this is all alleged, people. By the way, just disclaimer there, of course. But I am hearing the word in the street that Mr. Kelvin Gastelum
You
is
might want to
going
mute up, Alan.
father soon. Holy shit! Congratulations, if that is the case. And you know what, people? I know when to go out, and that's a good out. We'll find out the truth. We'll get him back on the show. We'll ask him what's going down. We'll confirm or deny. You can follow me on Twitter, The Aunt Jimmy Show. What about you, Jake? Where can people find you? What do you hear? What do you say?
Look, follow me on Twitter at The MMA Podcast. Visit themmapodcast.com. When you visit themmapodcast.com, you'll see 2 little tabs, or you'll see multiple tabs, but the 2 tabs I want you to pay attention to are iTunes and YouTube. Our iTunes feed has Word on the Street, so if you want to listen to the Word on the Street, either find the Word on the Street YouTube channel or our iTunes feed. If you want to check out any episode of the MMA Podcast, any MMA roundtables, any of our interviews, any Ramsey's fight tips, you can check those out on the YouTube channel. It is a pleasure doing all these shows with you, Ramses, with you, Alan, with the good coach, with KG. We'll get him on a 6th time soon. I love the shit out of everybody. I'll see y'all later.
Hell yeah. Thanks, Jake, from the MMA Podcast. Alan, Officer Alan, you've been there since the beginning, man. How can people contact you? And what's your quick predictions for WrestleMania 30, which you are going to attend in person on Sunday in Louisiana?
I will definitely be on the ground reporting live from New Orleans. I'll be bringing the news, anything breaking, I will let everybody know. And I'm definitely predicting that Daniel Bryan will be the WWE World Heavyweight Champion at the end of the night.
God bless. Well, we can only hope so. By the way, the WrestleMania 30 press conference today was a complete and utter disaster. You should watch it on YouTube. Just laugh
Really?
your ass off. Oh, there was, even though there's a packed crowd, like nobody was like cheering or reacting. Hulk was throwing out every catchphrase he's ever had in his entire life, and he got a 0. He bombed, dude. And then Daniel Bryan bombed too. He was saying yes, 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 ripping off Diego. The crowd wasn't having it. It was an awkward pause. Even the people like giving the press conference, Triple H, everybody that came up to speak was like, all right, it's pretty fucked up. You guys got nothing. This is awkward. And that was the entire press conference. Watch it after you hear this goddamn show. The WrestleMania 30 press conference. Trust me, it's a good laugh. But yep. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Thanks again to, of course, Coach Jamie the Living Legend Huey. one of the best people I've ever met, best human beings I've ever met. Changed my life. And of course, thanks to Kelvin Gastelum, who up the street might be Father Gastelum the next time he's on. I don't know, man. I'm just talking.
Daddy Gas.
Yep. Thanks, Kelvin, for coming on. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We'll be here next Tuesday. The Word on the Street podcast. And, of course, on Wednesday, check it out, people. The MMA podcast on Twitter. Just check out at the MMA podcast. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you next time on the fucking flip side. We're out.
Stay black.
Get that wing. Break his neck. Beat him up. Beat him up. Break his neck. Break his neck. Beat him up. Beat him up.
Play. Take me through it.
Well, I'm the best corner in the game. When you try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree, that's the result you gonna get. Don't you ever talk about me.
Who was talking about you?
Crabtree, don't you open your mouth about the best. Or I'm gonna set it for you real quick. LOB.